in. Hi,
Harley.
nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm not too bad. How are you?
Good. Has it been a busy shift for you?
It's been alright. Lots of people coming in and out, but nothing too hard.
Not a holiday rush or anything?
Nah, not quite yet. That more comes about next week.
Okay.
People are kind of, right now it's the final traffic leaving from the college students, so.
Oh, yeah. I remember being a college student myself. Those were the good days.
Oh, the days.
So thank you for taking the time to sit down with me today. I really appreciate it. We had talked in our last meeting about just kind of bringing new products into Seven Saints, specifically some of the wines that we have. So I just wanted to give you a couple of references to look at. This kind of just outlines more about our story, how our products got started, a little bit about our red and white wine selection, and then contact information as well at the bottom.
Awesome. Cool.
And then the next one over, this kind of talks about the specific products that we have. So are you a red wine or a white wine connoisseur?
Oh, it really depends for me, but generally I'd say I tend to lean toward the white.
Okay. And what would you say, how does it work as far as Seven Saints business so far? What does it seem like the customers are more interested in?
It definitely depends on what they're ordering, because, wines go different with different types of food. So if you have a dark meat, like a red meat, that generally pairs well with a red wine, whereas you're having something like a fish or a chicken, those are going to be more of like your white wine type thing. So definitely varies across the way, but I would say overall the kind of culture that we get in our business tends to be kind of the red wine culture.
Okay.
A little bit more seen as like that fancy, a little bit more of that like classy. If they're coming in for a glass of wine, they want to get themselves a good glass of wine.
Okay. So how are they currently selling on your in your store?
Wine's still all right. We also have whiskey.
Okay.
Whiskey is another one of our really big things that people sell a lot, or that a lot of people come in and drink.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say the wine is kind of our second to the whiskey. So
okay.
I would say overall we sell a decent amount every night, but nothing too crazy.
Okay. So one of the things I know we had talked about too is just looking at the wine list from what you guys already have. Most of them are sourced from California, Italy, and I know that's something that you guys are very proud of, to have nice wines here. So I think what's great about this product is that we are locally sourced. We're an Illinois grown company, and that's really where our heart and soul of our company is. So I think something that you could really utilize as far as marketing to your customers is really just getting that small town feel. Does that seem to be kind of on brand with what you guys have going?
It would be interesting to see how they would take to like a local wine. Most of all right now we tend to be a very like you said, we source them from like kind of the more popular wine type places.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of the same with like all of our other things that we have too, kind of like our beers, our whiskeys, things like that. They all just are kind of more like those popular type brands than they are necessarily those local. But when we look at the demographics of the people that come to our store, they tend to, as this generation changes, and this generation is the people that start to buy drinks like this and alcohol in general, they tend to be switching to the like grow local and like focus on where does it come from, how did it get here. So I could definitely see it taking well if we marketed it right.
Okay.
But it would definitely be something new that we're introducing. So we definitely have to kind of survey people and feel out a little bit about like what they feel about it.
And I think that's a great point. So just kind of taking that into a new direction. So it sounds like your customer demographic would maybe be interested in that, but you want to really spend the time to see if that's worth your investment.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
Okay.
I think it's something we could get we could spur a little bit of interest on if we did like a tasting of sorts, or if we did like an interest night of whether it's on sale, whether it's just a featured one, have some people from like your company, come in and talk to the consumers as they're tasting it, testing it, and all that kind of stuff.
And we kind of do a little bit of that just at our own facility as well, have people come in and do taste testing. So that's definitely something that we could bring into the restaurant and kind of get a feel for. Another option that we could have is kind of, if you wanted to make an order, do it for a certain amount of time, maybe 6 months, see how that sells, and then kind of come back and see if the two wines that I kind of suggest maybe going with at first are good options, or if based on the taste testing, other options might be better suited for Seven Saints.
Mm-hmm.
With that, here's a little bit more about our price points, just to see if that seems to go along with what you guys were thinking. So for our red wine, it'll be $9 per bottle at the wholesale price, and you can resell that at about $18 per bottle. We suggest $5 or so per glass. And then for this white wine Dreamer brand, it would be $7 per bottle as wholesale price, 14 bottles to resell, and $4 per glass for resale.
Those are pretty close with what we sell the kind of our rest of them for. Our price range kind of ranges from about $5 a glass from our kind of our house wine, like a pretty generic wine, up to about 9 or 10.
Okay.
For our little bit nicer. So those kind of fit right in about our price range. Is there any discount that we can get if we order more?
Yes.
Like bulk and.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, roughly around every $100 or 100 bottles or so purchased, we usually knock that price down by about a quarter. So just to kind of give back a little bit of that you're paying initially, and also especially during the testing phase, just to make sure that you guys are comfortable with making that purchase, and then can kind of go from there.
Definitely. That makes a big difference too for us, because it's all about making a profit, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to take it from you guys, but
absolutely.
I can do it for myself, too. But, yeah, those would be pretty close to what we would sell them. We might, how much do you guys sell them for, at your winery when you guys do tastings and stuff like that?
So that's what the recommended sale price is. That's what we sell it at our winery. So it's just kind of what we suggest usually when we do outsource to restaurants that they sell it for as well. And then these two are the ones that I selected, Bullheaded and Dreamer wine, just because it seemed like what you said earlier about, the white wine going with fish options, and then heartier meals, steak and burgers, basically going with a Bullheaded option, just because it's a little bit more robust in flavor. So.
Definitely. Yeah. So I think, 3 months will be a good start to just kind of pitch it to my customers. Definitely going to start with my kind of my repeat customers.
Yeah.
Offer them as something like, hey, I got something new for you to try. But I think those prices are about reasonable to what I've been doing. And if we start making more of a deal, I'm sure we can, or if we start serving them more often, I'm sure we can make more of a deal. As you can see in a lot of our windows when you walked into the store, we have all of the different breweries and all those different places that we get our beers and our whiskeys and that kind of stuff, and we have signs and things like that. So
right, absolutely.
That definitely helps with advertising stuff. If people like it, we're willing to advertise it because it only helps us out too.
Right.
So.
And the hope is that, if this goes over really well, we'd love to sell more of our wines at Seven Saints, just kind of get more products in there. It can even be a seasonal opportunity to get some of our more seasonally based wines in there as well. So how many bottles do you think for the 3-month period? Most of our newer customers, they usually go with about 200 just to start for that 3-month period, and just to see how it sells. And we can always give you more if need be. We just kind of ask for about a month or so just to kind of get that product rolling.
Yeah, so. 200 sounds like a good number.
Okay.
If we're really struggling to sell them and we cannot figure it out, is there any way we can sell them back to you guys?
Yes, absolutely.
Is there any way, obviously watching expiration date and all that kind of stuff, but I just don't sell to my customers. So.
And honestly, we know that our product is good. We've all tasted it. We believe in our brand and believe in our product, and that would definitely be something we could look at if it doesn't for some reason sell. Why is it not selling well to your customers? What else can we do to help facilitate that on our end? What can we do to help you? But at the end of the day, absolutely, we stand by our products, and if they're not selling well for you, then we would be happy to get those back from you.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. So, do you have any interest in making an order today?
We could definitely try it.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Being a local business myself, I'm all about supporting that local industry and keeping that kind of within. So, how about a 3-month order for now?
Okay.
Start there, and then we can kind of get some feedback make some plans, maybe just see how it initially takes off.
Yep.
And then if, based on just having another menu and kind of suggestions from our waiters and waitresses,
Mm-hmm.
then after those 3 months, if we decide we could do some tasting or some deals, or you and your people come in to kind of help sell and that kind of thing.
Okay, so that would be about March 20th, I'd say, because we'd probably be able to drop the paperwork, get that finished by the 20th of this month, and then that way we can reassess at that time.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
sound good? All right,
absolutely.
Perfect. I will get those papers drawn up, and
Awesome.
I'll call you later today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
You too.